In this video, SP-02D V2 versus the SP-03D. Which one is really the better buy for you and your RC drift build? I already have a previous video testing this 02D V2, so we're putting in the 3 version into the Sakura D6 in order to give it a shot and see just how good is this servo. If you are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Troy. This is RoadsideRC. You'll tend to find me bashing or crawling or drifting or racing, plus doing product review videos and how-tos. This one, so many people like it, so many people love it, but it's a little more expensive than the 02. Is it worth it? Let me dive into just real quick some specs and all that about it and get it out of the box and see just kind of how they compare. And the servo sure looks nice. Big fancy package here. Pull this out. That is a nice and compact servo. Love the finish on it. And it just looks great, right? So, good job on that. As I compare the specs for the two servos, really, I don't see a whole lot of difference. I mean, the main spec that actually stands out the most between the two is $75 versus like $130. You could almost buy 2 of these for the price of this one. And fancy aluminum case. The center of this is aluminum and you can get it in different colors. This one, obviously, the whole thing is. So you pay a lot more and you get a fancier case. But other than that, when you start looking at it, run on either 4.8 or 6, this one does go up to 7.4 volts. So you can run it at higher voltage. In drifting, I have never, ever found a need for that. And so I don't know if that's actually really any value. At the same 4.8 volts, the torque is different. This is a 10 kg servo. This is a 13 kg at the same 4.8 volts. So you get a little bit extra strength, but the truth is, we're not like running around with some monster truck tires or anything here. So I don't know if that extra strength really matters or not. And then a little bit of a difference in weight. This is 48 grams. This is 49 grams. So does that really matter? You know, I obviously can't feel the difference here in my hand. So I think, honestly, just based on specs alone, you're only buying this one for the pretty and for the fancy case and maybe a little bit of extra strength. But let's get it installed in the car and see what that's like. Then we can slide the servo itself in. There we go. A little bit of a fight, but it does get in there. Servo looks beautiful hanging out in there. Putting the servo horn on, before you do that, you power everything up. So I plugged the servo into the gyro, and I made sure that the steering actually did control the servo itself. Picked the servo horn that matched, which is a 25 tooth here, and was able to, with it centered, then slide everything on. Used the screws that came with the Sakura D6 kit, a little offset ball, and then 1 screw to help hold this onto the servo. Now you can see, getting a little chatter, getting a little other stuff like that, and if you see this, right goes left, left goes right. So obviously, we have some setup and things like that that we need to do now. With everything set up now, it's time for a first test drive. So I'll notice right away, servo is nice and smooth. Working great with that power HD gyro. No issues. I noticed a little bit of kind of chatter when the car was sitting still. But now that it's moving, seems to be placing right where I want it. No issues at all. This is great. Servo feels wonderful. Bolt it in and let it go. Now obviously there's a lot of programming that we can do to the servo. And we'll get there. We'll see what kind of things we can do and does it make anything better, but hook it up to the gyro, hook it up to the car and let it go and it drives this good just straight out of the box. That's pretty awesome. We have the SP-03D PC. We have the program card. We have to plug it in first to the receiver in order to get power. The other side here comes from the servo, which plugs in over here. Now, I'm going to turn the car on to get power. Looky there, it immediately recognizes it as an SP-03D V2. It recognizes the voltage that it's getting. So we have the power at 80 from the factory, torque 14, anti-shake is at 63. Neutral width is at 11. All right, cool. So those are the 4 settings that we have options to play with. Honestly, like I said, first run with the car was actually really good, but we need to play with a couple of these based on our prior experience and see if we can make it even better. When I tested the SP-02D instead of the 3, I found 2 different basic settings that I thought were very good. So the power being up high at 80, that's a good thing. The torque, however, can go all the way up here to 30 to give you an improved feel, and we all want the improved feel. So we're going to put that torque up there. The anti-shake, I actually felt before like it was kind of gave me more of a stick in the mud kind of feeling. So what we're going to do is we're going to lower our anti-shake. My initial setting was 63. And we're going to bring it all the way down here to something like 20 to see how that does. Now the neutral width and the reverse didn't ever mess with them. Everything there was fine. So we're going to leave those alone. So we're changing the torque, we're changing the anti-shake, and we're going to give it another shot. Oh, with that anti-shake now, lower down a little bit. You see, we're getting a little bit. It's not a lot. So maybe going from 60 to 20, maybe that's a little too aggressive. Man, this thing feels great. That torque, I think, is a really good... Torque was a really good add. The anti-shake is better, but it's still too low. So, you know, I took it from a 60 to a 20. Maybe going to a 30 would be a good choice. But man, I'll tell you one thing. This car is feeling great. We started this video off asking, is the SP-02D basically just as good as the 3, but saves you something on the order of 50 bucks? And I think my conclusion after all this testing is the specs for anything that we're using them for, especially in RC drifting, practically the same. Actually, not really any different. The programmable tuning items inside the servo, basically the same. Yeah, actually exactly the same, I think. Using the same tuner. So like, are the internals really that much different? It's a good question. So really, if you want a good servo for RC drifting, get this one and save yourself 50 bucks. If you want extra fancy bling and you want it to color code match with the rest of your ESC and motor and everything, then maybe you spend the extra money and you get the SP-03D. But honestly, I think if I'm buying one, it's going to be this one. That's just the choice that you have to make. Do you want the extra fancy, knowing that all you're really doing is paying for just the fancy colors and the exterior packaging versus really any functional use that you're going to get versus its cheaper little brother? So I hope this video has been useful for you. If you're curious about either one of these servos, I'm going to leave a link to them down in the video description. If you're curious about any other drift tech stuff that I have done, there'll be a playlist popping up over here to your right, and I hope to see you in one of those videos. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.